Hi everyone! I hope the sound of this video is gonna be okay. I'm recording in the middle of a field while walking my dog at 6 a.m. so I don't know what kind of noises you are gonna be able to hear, what the microphone is gonna catch. I can hear a lot, but lately I don't have a lot of time at home with silence to be able to work or record. So I thought that I would just try this, and if it works well, it may be my new way of recording voiceovers. I'm gonna start with something short and then we will see. I want to talk today about art mediums and about why I will never stick to just one. I know that some artists are only drawn to a specific medium or technique and they focus on it and they master it, but I'm someone that gets bored really easily. So for me, jumping from one medium to another makes me excited to keep painting. I think there are benefits to both approaches. Let's say if you are only working on watercolor, you won't be spending extra money on art supplies that you don't know if you will like or if you will end up using them. And also, since you only work in watercolor, because you focus on just that, you will get really good at it. You won't need a lot of space to store lots of supplies, and taking them with you outside, it will be a lot easier and it will take much less space. You won't have to dedicate a lot of space to store them or to take them with you away, so I think it's convenient. And taking them with you will be also very easy because you don't have to be thinking what you want to use or to plan if you feel like bringing this or that. I don't know, like every time that I travel to Spain, I always have to spend a lot of time thinking what I'm going to take with me, and whenever I don't take something, I miss it and I wish I did. So my bag tends to be kind of heavy on the art supplies department. It is full and heavy. I just see that painting with just one medium has a lot of advantages and I like the appeal of it, but I just cannot do it. I get really bored and demotivated even when I paint with the same materials over a long period of time, and really it doesn't even have to be that long. Doing the same and painting very similar subjects and without change, like same type of portraits, same period, same of everything, kills my drive to paint really fast. Even though I paint portraits almost exclusively, I alternate between realism and fantasy, sort of, especially when I'm using my soft pastels, traditional portraits and perhaps more dreamy pictures. I don't know how to describe some of my paintings, but they are not very realistic. Never mind. And from time to time I would also do a landscape, like a landscape a year, 2 landscapes a year, and maybe some still lifes. I quite like those. But when it comes to the tools that I use, my paints, I find that the more I switch and alternate between them, depending on what I feel like doing, really, the easier it is to avoid art block. A year and a half ago, I was doing these very simple watercolor portraits with pencils, and I really enjoyed them until I realized that as soon as I switched to, I don't know, oils, Instagram wouldn't show my works to anyone. That plus the shadow ban that occurred to me, I don't care if they say it's not a thing, I have screenshots, you can really tell something was going on. Yeah, I ended up with a very bad burnout. So I learned my lesson. I paint what I want with the materials that I feel like in the moment, and I do my best not to look at numbers or analytics. It's tricky now because both Instagram and YouTube favor my oil pastels, but I just refuse to do only that, because if I did, I'm pretty sure at some point I will have to quit for another 4 months. I wouldn't feel like painting. I would be like, I struggled back then painting again. Grabbing a pencil was okay if I was doing something very different for myself, like fan art, but going back to my regular and even the idea of posting on Instagram, I just rejected it for half a year. Didn't paint or anything for 4 months, and then it took me a while to go back to my usual rhythm. So I refuse to do it again. I'm not gonna let it happen. I know it's hard, YouTube seems to really like my oil pastels, but this is for my sanity and just for myself. I need to do what I want to do, otherwise I won't be able to keep going. The truth is that I love trying out new things, and even though my subjects stay relatively the same, I love learning new techniques and mediums and mixing them, combining them, and I don't know, everything. It's just I like trying new things. That's a big part of why I paint in the first place. Also, when I say new, they don't have to be like newly bought. I don't have to just bring new things every time. For me, after I haven't used something for a while, I kind of forget how it works or how I used to use it. So I have to relearn it, or I see it with a different perspective now that I have incorporated other tools. My point is that doing this keeps things exciting, and I have to do it because I refuse to lose the joy of painting again. So here we are. I hope you liked my watercolor with color pencils, and let me know what you think. Are you a type of artist that only uses one medium, or do you like to try new things? I don't know. Let me know. I'm curious. Can you hear that? Nice. Well, yeah, I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.